So for the fourth video, where do we start? Let's just start by saying a thank you to everybody for tuning into my videos. And let me just say that this one's going to be quite interesting. Let's start at the top. Me and Anna have been having some kind of deep conversations with each other and asked each other a lot of questions recently. And we've come to realize why people do certain things and why we're not going to go down that pathway. We decided that we were going to keep ourselves really in a good position mentally, and we were going to do that by really feeling the pain and feeling the process and supporting each other through that whole process. And the thing I came up with today is that if you manage, well, I always say you rise in love to people, but let's just say it this way because it's easier. If you've fallen into each other's arms and you've fallen into love with each other, then be nice and fall out of love with each other nicely. And be friends and be kind to each other. Be nice to each other. Be the best you possibly can. And be brutally honest. Tell each other the truth. Don't worry about hurting each other's feelings. Be brutally honest, because it's a time for both of you to really let go and heal. And I think the biggest problem some people have is they go from one relationship and they fall straight into another one. And the problem with that would be, really, you're not giving yourself a time to learn, and you're not giving yourself the time to develop, and you're not giving yourself the time to know who you really are. And if you get into another entanglement with somebody else too quickly, you will find that you're running away from something you are. You're either doing it to get vengeance on your partner, you're doing it because you feel lonely, you're doing it because, well, if you imagine, it must be awful. I can't imagine what it must be like for people that found out their partners are having an affair. And the only way they can make themselves feel better is by going out and doing the same. And they find that just makes them feel worse. Might make me feel better temporarily, but it'll make you feel worse in the long run. And the reason for that is because you're not dealing with you. See, over the last week and a bit, nearly 2 weeks since we've come up with this and we've just been discussing this whole process together, I've come to realize the only thing that's going to heal that big gaping hole, that dull ache, that pain, that way you feel inside, is self-love. See, nobody else's love is ever going to fulfill you. See, all of the love you feel, all of the emotion you feel, all the compassion you feel doesn't come from out there. It comes from within here to out there. You express your emotions from the inside out. Just because you met somebody out there and you fall in love with them, you only love them because they represent something you feel like you can love. Feel like you can love. They represent something you can love. I love you. And then you think that you've lost empowerment because you love that person, but you're the one with all of the power. You're the one that's given the power to that person through giving them your love. And all of that love that you feel for somebody else, can you imagine if you gave that to yourself as well? You gave all of that love to you, who you are, that amount of love, and you fulfilled yourself. See, unless you can really love your body and respect your body and respect the person you've become, unless you can really love who you are and love the way you are and love what you are, and if you can't do that, it's usually because you need to do a lot of work on yourself. And a lot of people are too lazy and they don't want to invest the time and the energy that most of the people I've met, which are deeply spiritual, have done. You have a choice. You can either spend the rest of your life looking for the answer in everybody else, or you can really take the time to look for the answer in yourself. And you only do that by reading many books and following many different systems. And these are all just maps. The maps are to take you on a journey to get you to a place. So you can look back on yourself and reflect. Because first of all, you have to get away from yourself to know what you are. But the map I'm trying to teach you is not the map to take you away. I'm trying to teach you the map to bring you back home. That's the most important map. The map that brings you back to what you are. And I can only do that by doing that on myself, by, bringing myself back home. So maybe this breakup had to happen. I don't know. I wish it didn't, but maybe it does. Maybe it's the breakup I need to shake me to my core, to take my spirituality to another level, and for Anna to take her spirituality to another level, and for us to really find some deep self-knowledge and self-love so we can actually really become the most amazing people that we could be. And at the moment, we can't do that together. We have to do that apart. So find some self-love. Really find a way to truly open yourself up to realizing you are worth loving. You are worth giving to. Because if you can't believe that, you'll give yourself to somebody else. And the other thing, just a quick one, if you only give yourself 60% love, you meet somebody that loves you 65%, you'll think they'll love you a lot. But if you love yourself 100% and give to yourself 100% and accept yourself, all of your good and the bad of your nature, and realize that that's the beautiful thing about you. There is no perfection in humanity. There is just, balances, imbalances, and we sometimes go off the path and back onto the path. We sometimes find ourselves, we sometimes lose ourselves, but we always come back to ourselves because it's only ourselves we can be with. So just think of that. Think of what you can be and what you want to be. And give yourself 100% respect and love. And then when you meet somebody, you'll be able to tell if they love you as much as you love yourself. You should never take second best. You should be the best so you can attract the best. Sending some love. This is Nick signing out. Thank you for your time. And I hope my videos are helping. Thank you for now.